Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we cover every major story in entertainment before anyone else. Now, today's story has the internet absolutely buzzing, and for very good reason. Kelly Ripa, beloved co-host of Live with Kelly and Mark, soap opera legend, author, and all-around television powerhouse, has been making waves with some very intriguing comments about her career. Specifically, she's been teasing a potential major move, one that ties directly into an update she gave about the long-anticipated reboot of All My Children, the iconic ABC soap opera that launched her into superstardom back in 1990. Fans are losing their minds over this, and honestly, we completely understand why. To truly understand why this news is hitting so hard right now, we need to take a trip back in time. The year is 1990. A young, fresh-faced Kelly Ripa walks onto the set of All My Children, one of America's longest-running and most beloved daytime soap operas. She was cast as Hayley Vaughan, a rebellious and complicated young woman whose storylines became appointment television for millions of fans across the country. What was supposed to be a modest role in daytime drama turned into a decade-long run that made Kelly Ripa a household name. For 12 years, Ripa poured her heart into that character. Hayley Vaughan went through addiction, love, heartbreak, family drama, and everything in between, and viewers were absolutely obsessed. It was on the set of All My Children that Kelly also met her husband, actor Mark Consuelos, who played her love interest Mateo Santos. So this show didn't just give her a career, it gave her a life partner, a family, and the foundation for everything that came after. Then in 2001, Kelly Ripa made one of the smartest pivots in television history. She joined Live with Regis and Kathy Lee, later rebranded as Live with Regis and Kelly, as co-host alongside the legendary Regis Philbin. The transition from scripted soap opera to live, unscripted morning television was seamless. Ripa's quick wit, charm, and genuine warmth made her an instant fan favorite in the morning slot. When Regis Philbin retired in 2011, Kelly held down the fort solo before a series of co-hosts cycled through, and eventually her own husband Mark Consuelos joined her permanently in 2023, turning the show into a full family affair. Meanwhile, All My Children had a rough road ahead of it. ABC canceled the show in 2011 after a 41-year run, a decision that devastated fans and the soap opera community alike. There was a brief revival attempt by Prospect Park in 2013, which brought the show online, but it was short-lived and ultimately ended after just one season. Since then, fans have never stopped hoping and asking for a proper, full-scale reboot. And now it seems those prayers might finally be answered, with Kelly Ripa potentially at the center of it all. So here's where things get really interesting. During a recent appearance and in conversations that have been making the rounds on social media, Kelly Ripa opened up about the state of the All My Children reboot in a way that felt more concrete and promising than anything we've heard before. And layered on top of that, she began teasing what sounds like a significant career shift, one that has fans speculating overtime about what exactly is coming next for the queen of morning television. Ripa has spoken warmly and enthusiastically about the possibility of returning to her soap opera roots, and her comments suggest that discussions around an All My Children revival are more active than the public has been led to believe. She made clear that the love for the show, for the character of Hayley Vaughan, and for the community that All My Children built over decades has never gone away. Not for her, not for cast, and certainly not for the fans. What makes this particularly exciting is the way Kelly framed her own potential involvement. She wasn't speaking in vague terms or giving the kind of non-committal Hollywood speak we're used to hearing when stars are asked about reunion projects. Instead, she spoke with a kind of nostalgic enthusiasm and personal investment that strongly suggests she is actively engaged in conversations about what a reboot could look like and what her role in it might be. The career move she's teasing appears to go beyond simply reprising her role as Hayley Vaughan in front of the camera. There are strong indications based on her comments and the broader context of her career trajectory, that Ripa may be positioning herself on the producing or creative side of a potential All My Children revival. This would make enormous sense. Kelly and Mark Consuelos run their own production company, Melojo Productions, which they've used to develop and produce various television projects over the years. Taking creative ownership of a reboot of the show that launched both of their careers would be a full-circle moment of absolutely epic proportions. Adding even more fuel to the fire is the fact that Mark Consuelos himself has been looped into these conversations. The couple, who are famously inseparable both personally and professionally, have both expressed enthusiasm about the idea of revisiting Pine Valley, the fictional setting of All My Children, in some capacity. Whether that means acting in a reboot, producing it, or both remains to be fully confirmed. But the energy around these conversations is undeniably real and undeniably exciting. The television landscape has also never been more favorable for a reboot of this nature. Streaming platforms are hungry for content with built-in fan bases, and soap operas, once dismissed as passé, have been experiencing a massive cultural renaissance. Shows like The Young and the Restless continue to thrive, while reboots and revivals of classic properties are dominating the conversation across Netflix, Peacock, Amazon, and beyond. An All My Children reboot, backed by the star power of Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos and anchored by decades of audience loyalty, would be an extremely attractive package for any major platform. The reaction from fans has been nothing short of electric. Social media erupted the moment Kelly's comments started circulating, with the hashtags related to All My Children and Kelly Ripa trending across multiple platforms. Longtime fans of the soap opera, many of whom grew up watching the show and have been holding out hope for a revival for years, flooded comment sections and fan forums with messages of joy, nostalgia, and genuine excitement. The sentiment was overwhelmingly positive, with fans describing this potential news as a dream come true. Entertainment media outlets jumped on the story quickly, with entertainment journalists and television critics weighing in on the significance of what a proper All My Children reboot could mean for the daytime television genre. Several commentators pointed out that Kelly Ripa bringing her enormous platform, her loyal audience base from live, and her production experience to a revival project would dramatically increase its chances of success compared to the 2013 Prospect Park attempt. Former cast members of All My Children also began chiming in across social media, with several expressing enthusiasm and openness about returning to the show that defined so many of their careers. The sense of community that All My Children created, among cast, crew, and fans alike, never truly disappeared, and Kelly's comments seem to have reignited that flame in a very visible and emotional way. Let's talk about what all this actually means for Kelly Ripa's career and for the entertainment industry at large. First and foremost, this represents a fascinating evolution for Ripa as a public figure. She has already achieved something very few people in television history manage: sustained, decades-long relevance in a medium that chews up and spits out talent at an astonishing rate. She has remained a top morning television personality, built a successful production company, written a best-selling memoir, and maintained a public profile that is warm, genuine, and enormously likable. Adding a producing credit, or even a starring role, in a high-profile reboot of All My Children would further cement her status as one of the most versatile and enduring figures in American television. It would also signal a shift in how she is perceived in the industry, not just as a morning show host, but as a creative force with real producing power and the ability to shepherd major projects from concept to screen. For the soap opera genre, this news carries enormous weight. Daytime drama has struggled in recent years as viewing habits have shifted and network schedules have changed. But the appetite for serialized, character-driven storytelling is arguably stronger than ever. It's just moved to streaming. An All My Children reboot led by credible, experienced hands could genuinely reinvigorate the genre and open doors for other classic soaps to find new life on streaming platforms. Looking ahead, the possibilities here are genuinely thrilling to consider. If Kelly Ripa is indeed in active discussions about an All My Children reboot, the next steps would likely